Do a quick sound check. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Cool. Right, what did I do? I did some stuff off of stream. Cool. Yeah, anyway, so first of all, hello everyone. Welcome back. So previous stream, we were running some Golem tasks. If we go to tasks, we should see them. I tried a bit of a large one, large task at the end of yesterday, but didn't work out. So what I thought would be interesting to do today would actually be to start working on I don't know, a task that's a bit more useful than just trying to calculate recursive MD5s. First thing that came to mind was a need to compress stuff. So I'm forever compressing things and backing them up. And I thought, actually, yeah, if you could do like a 7-zip compression or some kind of zip compression with really large files, like gigabyte-sized files, I think that would be pretty cool. So I thought we'd give that a whirl. There's a guide to do this. It's worth saying as well. So I've moved yesterday's workout into its own repo now. So it was on my Scratchpad repo, but I've now created a dedicated repo just for the Golem stuff. And the idea will be, as time goes on, we'll have more and more folders. So any additional task types, we'll just add them in here, and then it's all in one place, just dedicated to Golem. So I guess we're gonna need another folder, right? Let's just call it compression for now because I don't really know much more about this. I think we're gonna need to set up some Rust, new Rust project. Oh no! Immediately my brain's just gone to what we were doing yesterday. Let's go back to compression. I can't remember the syntax actually to set up a new Rust project. Simple enough. Cargo new. I wonder if you do it within. Do we need to do it within the directory, or does it create a new directory? Yes, that creates a new directory. So actually, let's go up a directory. Remove the compression directory we've just created. Then we'll do cargo new, which is the syntax here. Compression, and that should give us a new repo. How long have I been live for? I've only just started actually. I'm trying a different time today, so we'll see how it goes. Welcome back, by the way. Welcome back, Philip. I also don't know how long I'll be able to stream for because I'm starting quite a bit later in the day here, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm just trying to get chat sorted out. There we go. Sorted. Yeah, so I thought we'd try and do some compression today rather than just random useless MD5 stuff. Should now have a new project. Cool, okay. So to begin with, we won't have much in it. We've got our cargo file. Don't need that. We don't have any dependencies yet. Fine, we're just using my name. Edition's quite important. 2018 is the one you want at the current time. And then we've got just a bog standard main file. So I'm going to just quickly take a look at what we've got in the previous project we were working on. So we've got a main file that returns a result. Probably best that we keep that. But actually, before I do anything, let's just add all of this. Really? There we go. So starting new Rust project on compression. Or new Golem task actually on compression. And on the presumption that my machine could fail at any moment, we should push often. Cool. We should see now on that fresh repo that we've got here. Yeah, there we go. Compression is now on GitHub. Good. Let's start building it out a little bit. So we don't need the hello world. That can go. And let's add a bit of space up here. And we're going to want to return at the end of our task just to say everything's okay. And I think that's probably it for now. I quite like I think we probably should have brought this into its own function in the previous project, but previous stream. But let's not worry about that too much. So we've now got, I guess, a really bare bones. So this will probably actually compile. Let's just check. I know it's only like 2 lines of code, but actually it won't compile because I've got 2 functions. There we go. That was a deliberate mistake. Let's just try building that. Use of undeclared type or module IO. Fair enough. That's because didn't include it. Didn't include the right library. Cool. And we are eventually going to write stuff to disk, so I'm going to leave that there for now. So let's just commit this. Bare bones main function. That's really all it is. Push that. Now let's have a think. We've got a number of different compression libraries we could use in Rust. I'm trying to remember the name. I think it's LZMA compression. Is that the one I want? Yeah. So if I do like Rust crate, I always call them packages, but crate, Rust crate. See what we've got out there. Simple interface for LZMA compression and decompression. Cool. That looks fairly simple to use, actually. Famous last words. But let's do that. Interesting. I wonder if we can get rid of that use as well now. And let's add it to the dependencies because we want to make sure we're including this. It's cargo build, see if it compiles. It's pulling in that additional crate that we've just added. And we broke it. Could not find liblzma using pkg-config. Okay, so that's fine. That probably means we need to install LZMA on Ubuntu. Wow. We broke ubuntu.com. Oh, it's back. Okay, it's there as a package. So we should just be able to do, you know, if you spell things right, we should just be able to specify apt-get install LZMA, and let me get my password right. Bit of luck, it'll just install and it'll just work. That'd be nice. I had a stream the other day where I got stuck for about 80 minutes just because I was trying to compile something, and actually I should have installed an apt package and that would have solved it. So let's see if that builds. Failed to run custom build command. Okay. Could not find liblzma using pkg-config. Have a quick Google of it, and then if that doesn't help, then I'll read up on this package a bit more. Definitely want it to include liblzma. Really only the two places it's appearing. Interesting. Okay, Ubuntu LZMA package compile. Let's just see what comes up with that. Python. And I guess actually we could, let's see if there's any other LZMA packages. Ah, that might be the one we want. You know what, it might have been quicker for me to type that. So xzutils I think is also, yes, that's already installed. Interesting, okay. How to run custom build commands. We can run the backtrace, that's the other thing. That's the next thing to try. And this will give us a bit more info. I don't know if I want to run it with full. That would be pretty verbose. We'll try it. We'll see what it comes out with. Wow. And so the other thing it was complaining about was package config, right? So let's just remind ourselves what this actually does. Must specify package name. All right. What about that one? And the one that it's complaining about specifically, liblzma. I just give this anything and it just what does it do? What's the point of you? Have a read. Okay. Package config. Each program that defines and supports a unified interface for querying installed libraries for the purpose of compiling software that depends on them. Okay, so that sounds like package config is being used by the compiler, but that doesn't really matter because really it's just saying this is the package I'm looking for. Can't remember if I did this a moment ago, but can we just specify this package? That doesn't exist. Okay, one more thing to try. Oh, there's a dev version, maybe. Oh, there is. There we go. We get there in the end. All right, place your bets. You reckon this is going to compile? We're going to find out. It compiled, sort of. Well, it still doesn't like the fact that I didn't include that IO module. Really? I'll put it back then. Cool. Okay, so that compiles with a few warnings, which I'll leave there for the moment. We'll tidy these up once we've actually got this working. So straight away we can say this is rather important. So time to add a README file for anyone else, or I guess us in future. Let's just put that in there for the moment. Say Ubuntu packages required for compiler. No, just go with compile. And we're going to call this compression task. Cool. Okay. Important to take notes of this stuff as we go along, or we'll get totally stuck at some future point in time. We won't remember why something isn't compiling. Cool. Okay. So that takes us back to this. So we are creating a file in their example. We are creating... Oh, I don't really like what they've done there. They're using the variable f twice. So once they set it as a new file, then it's used here. But then, you know what? I reckon the... Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I reckon the compiler would probably complain about that. I'm just going to copy that in and see if that compiles. And I'm going to try and not use the word compile. I'm going to go with the word build. All right, it compiles. Fine. So in our old project, we had an in and we had an out. So we're going to want to do the same thing. We're going to want to read in. I'm going mad. There we go. This creates an out.txt. I'm going to call it out. Then we know what to expect. So what does this do? So this creates out.xz. Compresses something, writes to it as a... Okay, so it starts a compression, then it writes stuff to it, then it finishes with the file and returns. So in theory, if we threw this in Golem, we would get a compressed file called out with some text in it. So this is step 1, right? Step 2, 3, 4, etc. is going to be, assuming this works, is going to be getting this to take an actual input file. Like I'd quite like to download a copy of Linux, like one of the ISO files, and see if it would compress that with Golem. So let's create the task file that Golem's going to want. And I am super lazy, so I'm going to just copy that from the previous project. And pretty much it's going to be the same. I guess the name changes. Just going to call it compression. We'll let it run for 5 minutes. That seems absurd. We'll let it run for 3 minutes. JS name. So the JavaScript and the WASM file name are going to come out of here. So because the Rust package is called compression, so this will be called compression. And again, it's not called prime anymore, it's called compression. And you know what, did I just spot an error in the other task? Because that wouldn't be called prime, that'd be called... I'm just going to fix that whilst I'm there. It's like just like 5 seconds, 5 second sidetrack. There we go. fix the other task. We don't care about these seeds anymore because we're not doing that at the moment. We're just trying to compress something. So maybe doesn't even need an argument. I'll leave it there. And we're not going to have an out.txt. We're expecting an out.xz. So we're telling Golem to expect out.xz. Cool. Let's build this thing. So first of all, I'm just going to build it. Fine, that seems to work. Using cargo without all of the fancy Emscripten stuff. And then, in fact, it's not even going to be that simple. I need to create the in directory, go into the in directory, then run this command to compile, and small change. We should see. I mean, it'd be nice if this works first time. Failed to run custom build command for Rust LZMA. Red main panicked. ZSH, no match found. What does that mean? Let's get rid of this copy first of all, just to see if we can get this to compile. Process didn't exit successfully. Exit code 101, standard error. Now it's possible that the LZMA package that I'm using will not compile to Emscripten or to WASM, I guess. Oh, but yet again, it's complaining about this. Different. It's the same error again. I mean, it's definitely installed. Let's have ourselves a quick Google at that. Would have been nice if that had compressed. If that had built, we could have immediately set a task running. We're so close. If you have this error, no, I don't have that error. The package config script could not be found or is too old. So I don't think that's the error we've got. Pretty similar to this actually. What are they doing? They're doing something with ugh. It's not a nice error, is it? Possible this package is broken that we're using, but I doubt it. Was it last updated? 2018, so about a year ago. Really? That's an interesting username. By FPGA Miner. Provides a simple interface. Definitely using the right version, aren't we? 0. Hang on a second. That says 0.2. That says 0.4. Definitely feel like I can count, and somehow I got that very wrong. Try and compile that. Same problem. Could not find using pkg-config. That's the one we were looking at originally. So that was about just package config in general not working. Let's try a Rust specific search. pkg-config. Well, that's not great, is it? According to that, it doesn't even appear in this page. So let's make sure that we're definitely getting that in search results. Build error, failed to run custom build command. Fine, let's try that. Just need someone that's got a similar error that can explain what's going on here. Try this, fine, but what's it do? Oh, I see. So package config is something to do. I would expect more info. Verbose, give me something. An option. Silence errors, no. Errors to standard out. Validates a package is PC file. Don't know what that means. What if I do that and I specify C flags? Interesting. Oh, that could be an interesting one to run as well. What do we have here? So this must be everything it's aware of, and then we can search this for LZMA. So it knows about it. But it doesn't know about this. Ha. Not what I meant to do. Sorry, where's that error gone? There it is. So it knows about that too. So it's saying that it does know about it, but when we go back to building, could not find liblzma using pkg-config. Okay, random things we can try. We can try cleaning out our cargo build. We can try that again. If this fails, I'm just going to check a cargo build release as well. See, now that works. So there's something specific about Emscripten. You know what? I wonder, we had that magic command that we had to run from yesterday. No, I didn't do it either. Cool, this might be a very short stream soon. Build error, failed to run custom build. Could not find. I'll try and make this like as specific a search as possible. And it's using pkg-config. Could not find something using pkg-config. I mean, that's interesting. I'm using David O'Connor's work on another project, so I kind of want to see what this is going to yield. Doesn't come up in the search. Why list it as search result? It doesn't actually contain what we want. Interesting. So they can list a build dependency as pkg-config. What version of pkg-config are we running? 0.29, slightly higher than 0.3. What if, I'm experimenting at this point, I freely admit, but what if we add this as a build dependency then? What if we said we wanted this at version 0.29? Interesting. That's saying actually we've only got 0.3. Okay. So the other thing is, or the next thing to try is, let's just have a look at pkg-config. It's got to have its own repo somewhere, right? And probably its fair share of issues. Ah, they're not managing issues from here. Where are they managing issues from them? And this is package-conf, not package-config. Maybe there's a difference. No readme there either. Okay, so the problem is it can't find the library. That's an internal crate anyway. Or Rust crate, sorry. Okay. Didn't take long to get stuck today, did it? What are we, 32 minutes into the stream? So what if we search for these two things? So that'd be pkg-config and this. Again, I love how people paste these vast error logs when really it's just a bit at the end we want. Oh, that's an unrelated issue. Solved pkg-config error. All right. I believe you. Okay, so in their case, they just didn't have pkg-config installed, but we definitely do. What if we turn it off and on again? That's the trick normally, right? Could not find. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong place, or not quite in the right place. Compression. Yep. And we want to compile. Could not find liblzma using pkg-config. But we've just confirmed this. If we do pkg-config, was it like list all or something? List all. Then we can find liblzma right there. Guess the other thing we could do is exit code 101. I'll leave that tab open. I'm going to come back to it. Rust exit code 101. That seemingly doesn't look related. Exit code 101. What does exit code 101 mean? Right, I'm going to admit it. I am totally stuck at this point. I'm gonna sit here and just ponder on this for a minute because I'm not sure what else to try. We've tried restarting the environment, so it's not that. We tried loading up that Emscripten source file thing, but I don't think it. I mean, that was a long shot, and that just gives us the environment stuff for Emscripten, right? So I don't see how that would have helped. I know it says run with Rust backtrace. I'll run it. I'll do what it says. But I'm not holding out much hope. This has got to be we got this off of there must be an Ubuntu package, right? Or pkg-config. Let's read up on this. What does this do? Actually, what version of Ubuntu are we even running? Maybe if I hover over that, it'll tell me. 18.04. Package config support for C and C++ development tools, or Rust in this case. And what does it do? And that's taken us to a different. I just want that. Manage, compile, and link flags for libraries. Well, we know. Sorry, I've just realised that chat is clearly not updating on the screen that I've got open here. 1 second. Just spotted a couple of messages. You thought backtrace was a meme? Oh, is that the guy? He's tracing someone's IP address and he says he's backtraced it. Yeah, I guess it is a meme. It's also one of these. Enjoy. C routines. What do we got down here? Links for package config. Yeah, let's have a look at their change log. Might have some gems in there. Similar package. Why would that be? What when you say similar? Oh, and there's a home page, right? Okay, so the sort of things they're fixing are not the sort of thing that's going to affect us. Yeah, this is just keeping up with. Looks like it's keeping up with operating system changes. Okay, so then we got this. It's a helper tool when compiling applications and libraries. It helps you insert the correct compiler options on the command line. fine. Program is free software, and it's licensed. We don't care. It's lovely that it is, but 29.2, which I think is the version we've got, right? Version 29.1. Picture was available from the Git repo. Bugs can be filed. There's a mailing list for development. I don't think this is a bug necessarily. I'll tell you what though, I'm going to fix it off stream because I think it's getting late here, and the chances of me fixing this right now I think are tending towards 0 as time moves on. So I'll be back online tomorrow with this fixed, definitely with this fixed, and then we can finish up our compression. We got as far as I guess a very basic. In fact, you know what I'll do very quickly? I'm gonna commit what we've done, and then it's there for us tomorrow. So let's have a quick look. Git status. So we want to add task and the README, and probably cargo.lock actually. Does it matter? Yeah. Yes, let's commit the lock file. Let's have a look at that. If we commit these two at the same time, we didn't need build dependencies in the end, that can go. So git commit cargo and source main. Say we added boilerplates, LZMA code. In fact, it's not boilerplate, it's more like hello world. World LZMA code and crate. Really? We modified that? Oh yeah, that was the bug that we spotted. The incorrect path. README. What have we got in there? Ubuntu packages required for compile. I mean, this is technically true, but at the same time, not really working. I'm not really sure why. I wonder if there's something else we need to install. Anyway, I'm gonna, as I say, I'm gonna fix that off stream. Git commit README added package needed for Rust compile with LZMA. Yep. Git commit cargo.lock because it's important. Good to have a lock file to keep our dependencies check in sync, actually, not just in check, but push that. What do we got left? And task.json. So what did we do? We added it. So very simply, all this is doing is it's going to tell Golem how to use this. Initial Golem task file. That just leaves us with that bug fix. I'm just going to check that that's a good bug fix, actually. Yeah, we went from calling it prime, which is what we originally called it a couple of days ago, to MD5 recursion, which, yeah, that's fine. Good. Commit that. Recursion. Also, just whilst I'm doing this, you know, if anyone on stream happens to have an idea as to what that that compiler issue might be, do shout. Yeah, corrected path for in-out directory. Now that we have a new project name or task name, which was MD5 recursion. Push that up. That actually gets there. That's not mine. Refreshing it, trying to see. There we go. Okay, so that's up on GitHub now. Oh wow, that's frustrating. That is frustrating. Definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again, right? Expecting a different result. Same problem. Cool. All right, we'll leave it there. I'm going to pick this up off stream, get this bug sorted out, and then tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be compressing stuff with Golem. Hopefully with LZMA compression. I honestly don't think once that bug's out of the way, it'll take too much longer to get this. Like honestly, I think about 5 minutes, and this would be compressing files. And then maybe 10 or 15 minutes after that, we'd be on to the next thing. I'd love to compress a whole directory, but anyway, yeah, tomorrow hopefully we'll compress a copy of Linux or something using Golem, one of their ISOs. Yep, but I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks ever so much. Sorry it was a short one today, but I'll be back online tomorrow with that bug fixed. Catch you then.